Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, good people. Wrapping stuff today. It's been a day, you guys. It's been a great day, though. I hope everybody's had a great day on today. Let's turn all the music down. I want to make sure you can hear me. All right, all right. Welcome to ABC. I am your host, Ada Brooks with Ada Brooks Consultant. I hope everybody's had a great day on today. Happy Thursday. If you're here, you made it. Yes, if you're here, you made it. This week is almost over. Well, hello, Melvin Smith. How are you? Hello, Miss Marie Wilson. How are you? Thank you for joining me on tonight. I am excited. Y'all probably say that all the time. Well, I am because if God allowed you to see this day, you ought to be excited too, because a lot of people are not seeing these days. So I am excited. We are going to go ahead and get started. You know, I don't come and be here long. Come and give you what you need, and we gonna move on out the way. Yes, in that order. But of course, if you have any questions or you need a little bit more clarity on what's been said here, please know that you can give ABC a call at 501-291-1650. Also, you can always send us an email to abc at abchr101.com. And you can also go to the website at abchr101.com. And I will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Now, I don't know why I can't see everybody that's on, but if you come in the room, come on, say hello so I can say hello back. You know how we do. Mama and them say when you come in the house, you're supposed to speak. So let everybody just speak. How about that? All right, but on today, we're going to talk about safety. We want to talk about let's beat the heat. Because in the world of HR, as you all did know, safety, OSHA falls under the HR department. Those two departments work hand in hand. And we want to make sure everybody is safe and everybody is in the know so that you don't have any accidents out there. Whether you're inside or outside, we want to make sure that everybody is drinking enough water, that you are hydrated well. And I don't mean the sugary drinks, the caffeine, I mean the water. Um, Anything pertaining to liquids in a good way, not the alcohol and not the sugary, not the juices. I mean, really good water, vitamin water, what have you. We want to make sure that you're staying hydrated during this time because here in Arkansas and many other states, we are running with triple digit numbers. So, on tonight, I want to give you some tips on what you need to look out for if you are working outside, because I've worked in manufacturing before, of course, under HR. No, I can't drive no forklift. You don't want me on that. I'm the person that's going to tear up some. I'm just going to be honest with you. But our guys, I worked with a company. We actually went 4 million man hours safe. And you say, how did you all go by doing that? Because we held each person accountable. Now, oftentimes when it get hot, when the weather changes, people tend to want to take shortcuts, but that is not the time for you to take shortcuts. That is the time for you to be extra precautions. Take extra precautions. Do what you would normally do if you're in manufacturing, you're working on forklifts, having to drive a forklift or working on the docks, and you're supposed to do preloads or uh, pre-inspections before you get on your forklift. Make sure you are doing those because of the temperatures. Um, the rubber or what have you can tend to rot a little quicker than what they should. So we want to make sure that you're careful of that. If you know you're supposed to have on your protective eyewear, we want you to make sure you have that. Your earplugs. I know it's hot and you don't want to. You want to take the shortcuts, but you can't. Again, that's when accidents happen the most. Even if you are working on the conveyor lines and you have the braids, majority of the time they're going to ask you to pull them back in a ponytail because that's when we get lax the most. Your braids, if they're extra long, either dreads or what have you, they can get caught. So we want to make sure you are taking the necessary precautions you need to make sure you're safe. But at the same time, making sure you're taking the necessary breaks you need to take. So you want to make sure you have your water. You want to make sure you're taking the extra breaks. We don't want you to eat excessive, real heavy lunches because by that time, yeah, you're gonna be over in the corner and coma from sleepitis because you've had too much. So we don't want you to do that as well. Now, if you're working outside, some of the things I want you to be mindful of, and it's 5 types of heat related illnesses. And you probably say, or you didn't think yet of it as an illness, but of course we know having a heat stroke. But do you really know what it is that you're supposed to look for if you are having a heat stroke? So here are some of the things you need to be mindful of if you're confused. Because remember, outside here in Arkansas, we're dealing with triple digit numbers. So anything over 105, this is what they're saying, um, is to be mindful of confusion, loss of consciousness, physical convulsions, red and dry skin that is radiant, lack of sweating, and a rapid pulse. Now, you know something is wrong if you're outside and it's 105 degrees and you should be sweating and you're not. That's an indication that something is going on. So, we want you to make sure you're mindful of that and what you need to do. Yes, I couldn't remember all of this, so the best thing to do is to write it down. Mhm. Um, you got headache, nausea, a sense of vertigo or fainting, meaning your balance is off, heavy sweating, you're pale, you're moist, cold skin, and severe thirst. What they want you to do is make sure you get plenty of water. They want you to try to work in the shade. They want you to try to break up your work in increments. Don't go 5 hours straight through. If you know you can't do it, then don't do it, but find a supervisor because there should be a supervisor or foreman of some sort out in the field with you. Communicate that effectively so they can make sure and get you checked. Okay. Um, you also want to make sure because we don't want you to collapse while you're out there because what is taking place is that your brain is not getting enough oxygen. Okay. So when you do not drink enough fluids, especially doing physical activities, dehydration can cause the collapse. So other causes may include standing with your knees locked for a long period of time, or you're in the sun with high temperatures. That again, it includes dizziness, confusion, fainting, or sudden collapse, redness in the face. Again, all of these are signs that you may be having suffering from heat exhaustion. We also have heat cramps. You say, well, what is heat cramps? Okay, glad you asked. I'll tell you. It's a mildest form of heat illness, but it happens when you have too much or too little salt in your body. You know how you get a leg cramp of some sort? Yeah. or you get a Charlie horse, those are called heat cramps because you do not have enough salt or too much salt in your body. They come from painful muscle cramping after intense sweating or in high heat. Typically, the muscle cramps occur after hard labor, so after you've done something very extreme. For example, if you're working in construction, or you may experience this muscle cramp after intense labor on site. So they want you to drink fluids, can help you adjust even after 15 or 20 minutes. You want to replace the body loose with heavy sweating, and symptoms of these muscle cramps include muscle spasm, abdominal pains, and general nausea and aching. So just be mindful of that. Of course, we know a heat rash, and they want you to wear loose fitting clothes if you're having a heat rash. It's the prickling and sensation of the skin. Red small spots almost look like chiggers, but they're not chiggers, especially of those that's working on a farm. Hey, Miss Dottie from Florida, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for joining me on tonight. Hey, Miss Natural Natasha, how are you? Thank you for joining me on tonight. So heavy sweating and fatigue. So just kind of be mindful of those signs when it comes to a heat rash. Also, you got general heat illness and fatigue. Um, Generally, this is more of a delayed reaction. There are not like burns or collapses, but may take you hours or even days to develop a symptom from general heat illness or fatigue. So, dark yellow urine, which can also mean you do not have enough water in your body, dizziness, confusion, headaches, nausea, all of these. So we want you to just be mindful of some of the things that are taking place within these high temperature numbers. And I know nobody's probably telling you this or giving you enough information, but that's why HR ABC and HR 101 is here to make sure you have the proper tips you need to make sure you're safe out there. So there are five related illnesses when it comes to heat. We got heat stroke, we got heat exhaustions, we got collapse, we have heat cramps, and how many was that? Was that five, y'all? One, two, three, four. I don't know where number five is. I don't know where number five is, but it's five of them. But all of them say the same thing. There we go. Heat rash. Y'all supposed to be helping me. Join in on this conversation. But heat rash, make sure you're getting enough water. Bottom line, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Do not take any shortcuts. Make sure you're wearing all of your personal protective equipment, your proper PPE. So if you know you're outside and you're supposed to have on a protective shirt, make sure you have that on as well. If you're supposed to have on your safety glasses, please have those. If you're supposed to have on your steel toe boots, please have those. I know they're heavy and you're out there in the sun and you like the last thing I want to do is put on these boots, but that is going to protect your feet if something or someone was to roll over your feet. Make sure you have on your earplugs. We just want to make sure that you're careful. Make sure, again, I cannot stress it enough. The biggest thing is to make sure that you stay hydrated with water, with vitamin E water, with water with electrolytes. It's going to pour back into your body. We do not want you to pass out. We do not want to have to call your family and say that we've lost your loved one due to heat exhaustion. That is a scary phone call to have to make. So do not put us in that position. We're all in this together. We want everybody to make sure they show up for one another. Hold your partner, your road dog, your home girl. Hold them accountable if you see them trying to take shortcuts, because this is what's going to help keep you safe and help keep everybody else safe around you. But again, ABC, we all work, ABC as well as HR, we all work together when it comes to safety. Again, I worked for a particular company and we went 4 million man hours safe. That means no OSHA recordable accidents. It doesn't say we didn't have an accident, it just wasn't OSHA recordable. And we did that because we were able to. Hey, Renee, over on the gram, how are you? Thank you for joining me on tonight. But we did that by holding each person accountable. So don't think that you're telling off on your teammate. You're doing this as a company as a whole to keep everybody safe. Even depending on your temperatures, ask your company if they will allow you to wear shorts. Don't just assume they will because it's hot, because they will not, depending on the industry that you work in. So on tonight, I hope I was able to give you all some great information. Again, if you have any questions that you would like for ABC to cover, please give us a call, 501-291-1650, or you can send us an email to abc@abchr101.com. You can go by the website and ask us to contact you as well at abchr101.com. These are the ways that you can reach out to us. We will be more than happy to assist you. Also, lastly, before we go, we are getting geared up for our Dream to Dream Job Summit that is coming September the 10th from 11 to 1. We will have a save the date out there for you really, really soon. I'm waiting on a confirmation from one other person before I send that information out. But I want you to make sure your young person is in the place for that. The flyer will have all the information. I am super, super excited that we get to bring our very first HR 101 summit to the people. So, with that being said, I am Ada Brooks with Ada Brooks Consultant. Be sure and join me back here next week with another weekly HR 101 tip. And then have a great evening. Stay safe and hydrated. Bye.